Hey, what's up, guys? Dave. I'm just going to go through my focus list this week. Honestly, I'm not really looking to trade much, especially with the elections being tomorrow. I went over my market analysis yesterday. I sent out that video. Overall, market's telling me caution. So I'm really not looking to go heavy on anything. A lot of the stocks that I just scanned, actually, I see a lot of 50 SMA pullbacks. I see a lot of price action underneath the shorter term 10 and 20 EMAs, which means they're certainly under the fives. Unless you're super extended or gapping up on earnings, I'm not looking like I want to go heavy or hard on anything right now. But either way, there's some names that I'm going to keep an eye on because there are some that I think has some decent potential for the week. So I'm just going to go over that quickly. Firstly, of course, you're probably not shocked. Good old DJT. This thing can move. Well, as you can see, this thing is up nearly, 12 bucks to 50 something. So a couple 100% since June there. So this thing has indeed moved. And so it's nice. It pulled back. I've been waiting for this pullback. So I'm just looking for a price to chop around, maybe find some stability. It's tagging the 20 EMA now. And so I'm looking for that 20 EMA to hold. You can see we got some decent volume today on a green engulfing candle. It is above the 20 EMA and still, hitting underneath the 10. But either way, this thing can move, especially if Mr. Trump takes the cake. Next, run. Excuse my dog. His name is Parker. He's a good boy. Run energy. TAN actually looked pretty good. The ETF, solar ETF. So you can see run. Here's the 200 SMA, kind of double bottomed here. Broke this supply area of 1460 and now just running on volume. Pretty strong move of 8%, 9% today. The short float, what's the short float here? Look up here, 22%. So it's pretty decent. We do have the overhanging 50 SMA, which is downward sloping. So just be mindful of that at 1750. I mean, either way, it's a good, decent percentage. It is extended. For shorter term, for me, I'd look for some, time consolidation or shop sideways. But either way, this is kind of like maybe a dead cat bounce or something like that. LNTH, I like volume here. You got 4.8 RVol on this. It bounced off the 50 SMA. You can see how many times it has respected the 50 SMA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, 6, 7, make this 8 times. So this, 50 SMAs, that's where a lot of the big boys start to collect and buy. So this has just been creating an ascending triangle as well. And so it's looking like, let me adjust that line here. It's looking like it wants to hold and potentially go higher here. So I do like this. I like the volume. I like the strong day. I will be looking on the shorter time frame. Just be mindful, earnings in 2 days. SXC, huge gap, earnings gap, sold off the following day and was just engulfed today. Decent volume, 2.5 RVol, large move. Who knows? This is extended for me. However, this is on my watch. Maybe you could go on a short-term 30 time frame to clear that. Here's another one, Sono. You can see it's kind of creating an uptrend here. It's breaking higher highs and creating higher lows. This is kind of a trend reversal type look to me. You can see that if I zoom out here, downtrend line has been broken. Higher highs, higher lows are being made. It's above the 50 SMA. It's now starting to curl upwards. Shorter term starting to curl upwards. It found kind of support in this area here. And so this is kind of like a reversal play, in my opinion. Maybe you can anchor a VWAP up here and see where it's at, but that's a decent look in my opinion. Court, I was in this prior. I already made a trade on this. This could be another trade here. You can see earnings had a huge move down. Tag the 50 SMA, like what a tail. 42 bucks. And then it closed at 49. So that's a wicked move. somebody was mentioning on my YouTube that they caught the move down by 41. I'm pretty sure they said, but you know, at the lows of the day is good for them if they caught it. Resting day and now today, again on volume, big green bar, broke that high for a little stop run. So we'll see if this wants to continue. It's a good look in my opinion. AMF, ANF, Abercrombie and Fitch, short float 8.5%, 3.5 days of cover basically. You can see that each time price comes to this level, it holds, right? So let me zoom out again. It's near this breakout area. Okay, these are zones, the lines aren't perfect, so it's near this breakout area of 132. It held, you know, undercut and moved up, held it here, now it's at that level again. So it likes to hold this level. It's just kind of struggling to get some gas going to keep it going, but this could be a nice risk reward area where you buy here and a stop loss at, I don't know, maybe under this low here, around 127.50, call it. Decent potential there. Piton, one of our members, Rag Daddy, shout out, mentioned this. It was somewhere around here, and it was an absolute great call. It just completely ripped. Huge gap on earnings, and now it's just selling off. But overall, I'm looking for the bid to be found on this, and sorry, that was sloppy. I'm looking for it to be found around this blue line where it gapped up. Yeah, I'm looking for a resistance support flip basically around this 670, 680-ish area. TPR, downtrend line broke, huge gap up, filling the gap. It's pulling back to the 20 EMA. Notice the volume down low here. The pullback is on low volume, and now we're getting a push on higher volume, and it's breaking Friday's high, Thursday's high as well. So you know, any pullback in the 30-minute time frame, I'd be interested maybe in this 47.90 if we want to give 50% of the move back today, and then the stop loss below 46.50, below the 20 EMA, below this low, could be a decent risk reward. Again though, earnings are in 3 days, so I'm most likely not going to take this because I like this a lot. This is an engulfing bullish candle, green candle, after a red bearish engulfing candle, and today's volume is larger on the bullish engulfing compared to the bearish, and it's near the 50 SMA where it was respected here. So cuz is on top of my list on this. Any, you know, pullback here, stop loss here, from you're wrong, you got a nice tight RR there. SMG breaking to highs, right? Consolidated, tag the 20 EMA, and then now it's moving higher. Earnings in 2 days though, so if earnings are a couple of days, I'm not trading it. I don't have time to manage that. BMY, pretty similar move to cuz ish, and so big large gap up, earnings move, engulfed the next day, and then just engulfed today. So it's kind of holding. Let me draw a line for you. It is holding these highs there. So we're looking for a resistance support flip, okay? And you can also see that blue line, I didn't even have this on screen, but look where it ended up at. And so I'm gonna look for this to move maybe to 57.68 or so, and just kind of go level by level with that. So I do like BMY quite a bit, and that will be a decent look for me, in my opinion. Let's see what's next. VCYT, this is just consolidating. I'm waiting for the screen, it was already triggered, so I'm gonna remove that. Let's try that again. I'm looking for these highs to break. It's just consolidating and kind of in a range. So once it breaks this range, comes back and retests it, holds this range above, and then wants to grind higher, that can be a nice swing there. Viper Energy, I don't know what the heck I feel like that loaded differently. Wrong. I'll just take that out of here. You can see it's consolidating 20 EMA, now pushing these highs. So looking for, I'm going to create a price alert real quick. Looking for the break of that high there. EXPI, I've been watching this guy for quite a bit. So now it's kind of curling around the bottom here. We're getting some volume coming in down here as price is moving up. So we want to see aggressive buyers starting to buy. And now it is above the 50 SMA. It's above the shorter term EMAs. It's above the 200 SMA. If we zoom out here a little bit, it's just having a hard time breaking this 14.75, just call it $15 area. But it does look like it wants to set, or it is setting higher lows. If you want to follow this trend line here, a little something like that. And maybe it pulls up and continues to create higher lows in kind of this ascending triangle look here. But I do like EXPI here, and maybe you can put a stop loss below today's low, or on the shorter time frame, or even Friday's low around 13 bucks. That could be a decent risk reward in my opinion. A 50-cent stop isn't too bad, but I think earnings is in 3 days, so again, I'm probably not going to take it. UAA, good old Under Armour, 3 days earnings, but I like it's starting to kind of curl, create a consolidation. After a pretty large move, it did give it back, but it was some volume on there, so maybe it wants to chop around, provide some support, get some bids, create a position in here, and then continue on higher and distribute it higher. Looks like a healthy market. Z, I'm looking at this downtrend line break here. Again, it's failing. You see a lot of topping tails in the prior. It's at the 50 SMA now. I've been seeing a lot of undercuts of the 50 SMAs and then coming up above. So this could be one of those plays. We shall see. EXLS. Earnings move, big, resting, selling, buying, right? And then it bought today. And look at the volume, 2.67. So I'm just looking for a continuation on this. You can set a stop. I can set. You can do whatever you want, but I would set a stop loss below like 41. Call it. It is a little extended for me. Typically, this would be a shorter term momentum play if I were to take this. I wouldn't mind a tag of the 10 EMA after this large move, but that doesn't. The market doesn't care what I wouldn't mind. I'll take what I can get, as long as it's my playbook, that is. A firm, I like that it's getting tight here. Large, pretty decent move on volume. Green bar, pull back, setting a higher low here. It is we got a few days of a topping tail, so sellers are still above, but maybe this starts to curl up and around and continues on higher. We shall see. Next, GNRC. Again, I like some curling. Earnings move, came down, tagged the 50 SMA, did nothing but get bought up. And now the past 3 days, 2 days after earnings, so three days including earnings, it's been nothing but going up. So it does have this level here to break still. So I'm just watching this. I would anticipate some supply there. MWA, Mueller Water, I've been watching this. If I zoom out, you can see the highs here, okay? It's coming back. This would be a breakout with a retest setup. It's consolidating and chopping, so it's creating position here. Shorter term MAs are starting to kind of crisscross, twig, and the 50 SMA is catching up. I like the look, but guess what? Earning in 2 days, so probably won't be taking it. TMOS, good old T-Mobile. Big move on earnings, just did nothing but sold off, but it is now at the 10 EMA and it's starting to curl this 222 50 level likes to hold here. So this is called the 222 level is holding, and it just might start to curl up here. It's been in a nice uptrend, so momentum is to the upside. It's going to be harder to reverse this thing. It has had a pretty nice run though, so just be mindful of that. But it looks like it might continue to curl on upwards. Live Nation. If it'll load here, what's going on? There we go. Consolidating, chopping sideways. Just looking for it to break these highs. Nice and simple. Rum. This is a whippy one. You can see price action is pretty wild, right? But this is a kind of like a social media play, somewhat tied in with the DJT play. A search for where people are going to get their news from, especially if mainstream media continues to lose its reliability. So yeah, just an idea. It is creating higher lows, right? It is creating higher highs. It just has very volatile moves. So 200 SMA is pointing upwards, even though it's under it. So it's just very choppy. But this thing can move, and it has a 20% short flow too. PLTR, this is now under the shorter term EMAs. It barely made a higher high here. I'm going to treat this as a look above, and it fails, and now it's trading. So let me zone this out for you here. Earnings today after market. Oh, we have earnings tonight then. You know, I'm going to zone this out for you. Go there. And then I'm going to treat that, and let's just do this bottoming tail. So if this wants to come back and tag it, this is just educated guess. We'll see where where it finds a bid. But it broke this high, and if this is going to be the zone, it breaks a high, fails to hold and move higher, and so now it comes back in the zone, back in the range, and now opposite end is target. So I am actually looking for this 40. I've been waiting for a pullback in PLTR so I can buy it in my long-term hold. So I'm welcoming this. Just, you know, I wouldn't mind maybe starting position down at 38, and if it wants to continue to downtrend, please give me 32. I wouldn't mind it. You guys might if you're long up here, but I wouldn't. Bitcoin, IBIT. I am, you know, look, I hope you guys aren't shocked that we had a little pullback at the prior all-time highs. But there you go. It's creating a higher high. I think crypto names are in play. I think MSTR is probably the play that's most in play in my opinion. You know, I missed this retest. I talked about it earlier. Now it's pulling back after earnings into the 20 EMA. If it wants to chop, create a higher low versus this guy right here or that guy right here, kind of consolidate and start curling up, I would certainly be a buyer in this, and I would certainly be a heavy buyer in this, especially depending on who. I don't know. I think presidential candidate, whoever wins, has a higher probability of making Bitcoin and crypto a little bit better in the U.S. So that's a bullish play. And then Mobileye, this looks like a reversal play. Earnings had a very nice move with a very nice follow through, and then today we have a resting inside day. I would not mind adding this one into my longer terms. Quarterly growth is there. I don't think this has no debt at all, and 1.3 billion on cash. So I actually might. So I bought VKTX and it got smashed on me. I'm down 13%, so I'm probably just going to close that and roll that position into here. I cut my losers quickly, so that's how I survive, and that's why I'm up. I think I'm up 25% in my Roth or something like that, but managing my own stuff. So that's, you know, there's no secret to it. I just cut losers quickly and buy what I buy on. I'll make a video on what I do later. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me give you guys I've been creating a gap list here. Here's a screenshot. You guys, let me organize it. I can organize a short float for you. There you go. Take a screenshot, look at it. I'll do TradeIdeas score. Take a look at it. Cocoa was good. I'll do change before close, so percentage move today. There you go. Take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. Just look at my longer term holds and how they're doing. You know, most of these I've been in for quite a while. I added Cocoa and HIMS and Celsius and VKTX on Friday. But otherwise, everything else I've been in for quite a bit. But I'll probably close VKTX. You know, I typically cut a 7% loss after my initial entry, 7.5, 10% absolute maximum. So it's already past my maximum, but it just happened to one day, and you know, that's that. I think it had like results come out or something, but all right. Otherwise, I'm not in any swings. That's what I'm looking for this week. Stay safe, manage your risk. Good luck. Expect a volatile week. I'm just going to sit on my hands most likely until for sure tomorrow, if not Wednesday and Thursday, and if not the rest of this week. It really just depends on what price action is telling me. All right, later. Thanks for your time.